श्री सच्चिदानंद सद्गुरु साईनाथ महाराज की जय. श्री Sai Satcharitra An Insight-Episode-42. My humble prostrations at the lotus feet of our Sadguru Sai. By the divine grace of Sai, an attempt has been made to translate the gist of the divine discourse of Sri Ramanathan brother telecasted in Sai TV. This is purely done to share the glory of Sai and his divine teachings with more insight to the aspirants. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnuhu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahmam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. In the previous episode, we listened to various leelas, and through that we cognized Baba's omnipresence and how he pervades in all living creatures. Virendra has recorded in live experiences of Tarkat family with Shirdi Sai Baba that Baba was not only permeating in living creatures but also in the evil spirits. In fact, Jyotindra shares this leela after much hesitation, as he feels that it is hard for devotees to believe such stories in this 21st century, but this being a unique and interesting leela, he decided to write about it. This leela occurred in Shirdi during one of Jyotindra's visit. He usually wakes up at 4 a.m. and had gone on the open ground to attend to nature's call. It was dark outside and he sat under a tree to ease himself. There appeared in front of him a wild cock. It was crowing and sounded very funny. While Jyotindra was watching the cock, it suddenly turned into a black-colored snake. The snake rose and took an upright position over there and expanded its hood. Jyotindra got scared and started to pray to Baba fervently. He believed that nothing can harm him as he is in the abode of Sai, that is Shirdi. After a little while, the snake disappeared from there. In a short span, he heard someone saying, "Hey Mansa," that is human, "you are sitting in my way from where I pass daily. I order you to move away from my way." In fact, Jyotindra was hurrying to go away from there. In no time, a small dwarf-like ugly-looking person stood in front of Jyotindra. The dwarf started growing taller and taller and said, "Have you not recognized me? I am Vetal, and this is my territory, and I order you to move away from here." Jyotindra was scared to death, but still he was sure that only Baba could order him in Shirdi, as he reckons him to be the master of the place and nobody else. With this firm belief, Jyotindra courageously lifted handful of soil and, taking Baba's name, threw it on that tall standing Vetal and prayed to Baba to come to his rescue. He saw a big line of smoke in place of that Vetal, which disappeared in the thin air. Jyotindra was still a small boy when all this happened. So, after this incident, he hurried to his lodging, had his bath, and went to Dwarakamai for Baba's darshan. As he approached Baba's feet, he heard Baba asking him rather jokingly, "Hey Bav, early this morning, why was you seeking the help of my Udi?" Jyotindra fell at Baba's feet and narrated all that had happened and said, "Baba, as I did not have Udi with me, I picked up the soil of Shirdi, that is Baba's karma bhumi and treated it like woody and threw it on the Vetal. He also admitted that he lost his thinking power and acted upon all the instructions coming to him from Baba. Jyotindra, a young curious person, asked Baba whether these ghosts or witches are true in this world. Baba replied thus, "This is also the creation of the Lord," which means that God is present in that form too. Baba also added, "But remember, the Savior is always stronger than the destroyer is. While I am sitting in this sacred Dwarakamai, no one can inflict any harm to you. Be fearless in Shiradi." So, Baba has blessed this devoted family with many such profound leelas and imparted the truth that God, that is Baba, exists in everything in this universe, be it a living creature or a devil. Now let us listen to another leela related to this family. During one of the visits, Baba told Mrs. Tarkat, "Please send Jyotindra to me around 2 o'clock. Mrs. Sitabai was pondering on this strange instruction of Baba because as soon as noon arati is done, usually devotees go back to their lodging, eat their food, take a nap and return for darshan after 3:30 or 4 p.m. But she also knew that there is always a significance to what Baba says. So she sent Jyotindra to Baba around 2 p.m. sharp, as Baba wanted him to be there at exact 2 o'clock. As soon as Jyotindra went near Baba, Baba asked him to massage his legs. Usually, devotees try to compete with each other in serving Baba, and Jyotindra would love to serve Baba. He was massaging Baba's legs, and suddenly there was a loud noise, and a black gigantic form appeared, which was none other than Goddess Kali. Jyotindra started perspiring to see the menacing posture of that frightful being. On seeing this sight, he lost his senses. He was frightened so deeply that words would not come out and became speechless. Jyotindra's face was only turning in 2 directions, from Baba to Kali and vice versa. He was seeing Baba uttering something but was unable to hear and comprehend. Inevitably, he held on to Baba's legs with all his might and strength in his body. But in no time, he became unconscious. When he woke up, he realized that Baba was shaking him and asking him to wake up. He regained his consciousness and was drenched in sweat. Baba was telling him that, "Bow, I told you to press my legs, but you were holding them so tight that your nails scratched them and it is hurting me." Jyotindra felt sorry and realized that the frightful sight he saw made him to hold Baba's feet so tightly, and that had caused pain to Baba. He instantly told Baba not to show him such dreadful sights because he did not have the strength to withstand them. Then Baba asked him, "Hey Bhav, please tell me what exactly you saw." Jyotindra described it thus: "Baba, that dreadful person had a blood-soaked tongue, was shaking its head vigorously, and was very frightening. You were talking something to it, but I could not perceive anything." Baba responded, "Hey Bhav, that dreadful person you are referring to was none other than I, that is, Mother. She was asking for your soul and I was declining. So she was refusing to go away. And then I told her, you may take 5 more people, but I will not part with my bow, and finally kicked her off from Dwarakamai. Who is this Ai? Devotees, please recall. Once there was an epidemic of cholera in Shirdi. Village people believed that you must pray to goddess Mari Ai when such an epidemic is widespread in order to keep the deaths under control. When Jyotindra reached Shirdi, he was not aware that there was cholera epidemic in Shirdi. He had immense faith on his guru, hence he was unafraid and performed his rituals as usual. In the next 2 or 4 days, he realized that the death toll was on the increase and cholera was increasing into intimidating proportion in the villages around Shirdi. So, this Mari Ai had come to attack Jyotindra, and he was destined to die by the attack of this cholera epidemic. But Baba saved him from his death and instructed the Mari Ai to leave from there and said to Jyotindra that it was his ardent duty to protect his devotee from evil effect, and Jyotindra had lots of good deeds to perform in this birth. This Leela is a very significant one. In this connection, I would like to narrate another beautiful story about Markandeya, who is associated with Sri Amrita Ghateshwarar Abhirami temple situated in Tirukadayur. There lived an exemplary child by name Markandeya, was greatly devoted to Lord Shiva, but was destined to die at the age of 16. On the day he was destined to die, Yama, the deity of death, appeared with his noose to tie around the soul of Markandeya and take it with him. Markandeya sought refuge in the temple and embraced the Shivalingam. Lord Shiva appeared and warned Yama not to touch Markandeya as he was under his protection. Yama refused to listen and threw the noose anyway, binding Markandeya and the lingam together. Angered by Yama's extraordinary arrogance, Shiva kicked him and held him under his foot, making Yama inactive. Markandeya was blessed by Shiva to remain 16 years old eternally. Shiva came to be known as Kala Samhara at this temple. Just as Markandeya, who has taken refuge at the feet of Lord Shiva, was saved from death, similarly, Jyotindra, who has taken protection at the feet of Lord Sai Baba, was saved from the cholera epidemic. In order to avert the death of Jyotindra, Baba had drawn him to Dwarakamai and protected him from Mari Ai. This enigmatic miracle was narrated by Jyotindra to his son Virendra, and Virendra writes, "Whenever my father recalled this Leela, he perspired and got nightmares. Though he had grown old and this incident had occurred many years back, whenever he thought of this incident, he had sleepless nights. That makes us to ponder how terrific the sight was. This is not the only occasion where Baba had saved the life of Jyotindra. I would like to quote another similar instance. One morning, while Jyotindra was staying in Shirdi, he went out to attend to his nature's call on the banks of the Godavari rivulet. Near Kopargaon, here the river flows as a small stream and reaches Shirdi. The previous night, there was a cloudburst, and that was caused sudden floods in the rivulet. As the river was overflowing, the gates of the river banks were open, and Jyotindra was in the area which was to get flooded soon. From nowhere, he heard an adept's voice screaming out to Jyotindra, "Brother, get up and run away." Jyotindra was trying to figure out the person, but he couldn't, and neither he was able to obey to the command, as the water level has raised up to 15 to 20 feet high. Usually, when the floodgates of the dams are open, the water level will rise up to an unimaginable height. Anyone close to that area will drown and die. Jyotindra could hear people screaming out to him from the other banks of the rivulet, "Brother, run away, run away." But Jyotindra was helpless and was sure that he is doomed to death. Immediately, his thoughts were on Baba. He was talking to Baba heart to heart. "Baba, are you granting salvation to me in Shirdi? There is no chance or time to run for life, as the huge column of black-colored water was flooding everywhere." So he just closed his eyes and brought Baba to his mind's eyes and prayed to Baba. He stood still in that place, chanting Baba's name. After a few minutes, when he opened his eyes, wow, what a miracle! He was not swept away. He was still alive, and the water was divided into two parts and pushing past him without touching him. He was standing still in that gushing water. He waited for a few hours for the water current to slow down. Then the water level receded, and when it was down to knee level, he slowly got out of that spot. He saw branches of trees and shrubs being carried by the water. He realized that only Baba could have saved him from that sure death situation and thanked Baba wholeheartedly. Now he went to Dwarakamai for Baba's darshan. As he was climbing the steps, Baba raised his voice and spoke thus, "Hey Bav, today early morning, why were you shouting for my help, and are you afraid of death? I bring you to Shirdi not for dying. Please remember, you will not die like this so easily, as you have to perform lot of constructive work in future. Nothing is possible without Baba's consent. Baba must have sown the seeds in the heart of Virendra to share all these divine experiences with his Ankitas, and as a result of which we all are diving in this ocean of Sai nectar and collecting pearls of wisdom, and this is feasible only by the grace of Baba. Every sport of Baba narrated in this book is inexplicable, and it's a great treasure to all the Sai aspirants. It could be even difficult for our simple minds to comprehend such experiences. These baffling experiences are enabling us to perceive Baba's supernatural powers, his all-pervading nature, his Vishwarupam, that is universal form, compassion and love towards his children. There is no end to all this. I must forcibly restrict the content, as I would be off subject with the topics discussed in Sri Sai Satcharitra chapters. Surrendering at the holy feet of Sai for guidance, I am trying to give a glimpse of them to the listeners, as they are profound and leaves us in bliss. Dear Sai devotees, I have already shared this miracle while narrating Dashganu Maharaj's experiences with Baba, but this Leela is also connected with Jyotindra. Hence, I would like to quickly brush up your memory by recalling this miracle in which Baba resurrected a dead body. I am very certain that Baba's devotees must have come across Dashganu Maharaj, who by his kirtans spread Baba's fame all over India to the masses. One afternoon, he came to Dwarakamai to seek Baba's blessings for the kirtan to be performed that evening in the nearby village. Baba gave him permission, but asked him to take Jyotindra along with him. It is a general practice of Dashganu to always place Baba's portrait and then start to sing the glory of the Guru and God Sai Baba. When he was narrating few Leelas of Baba, just then a group of people came there carrying a dead body, and the leader of that group approached Dashganu and inquired about Baba and his whereabouts. Dashganu explained politely, stating that the one in the photo is the Sai Baba of Shirdi and he worships him as his Guru and God. Immediately, the leader ordered his men to place the dead body in front of Dashganu and addressed to Dashganu that if his deity is mighty, then it will bring life to the dead body. Otherwise, he would kill him and his troop. Dashganu was terribly frightened, and it was Jyotindra who gave courage to Dashganu and said that, "Let us pray to Baba and invoke his mercy to come to our rescue." Also suggested Dashganu to perform a kirtan, and he sang साई रहम नजर करना, बच्चों का पालन करना. Dashganu got so much engrossed in this kirtan and was dancing in ecstasy which Jyotindra has never witnessed before. Even today, when this bhajan is sung in Samadhi Mandir during Kakad Arati, tears flow from the eyes of devotees. The lyrics carry the meaning, "Baba, please glance your sight on your children and protect them ever." This song is filled with emotions that expresses a person's helpless state of mind and his complete surrender at the holy feet of the Lord to save him. And Dashganu sang this bhajan while he was experiencing the above mentioned scenario. Hence, every word is an outburst of his thoughts, which is phenomenal. When Dashganu sang this bhajan, out of compassion, Baba revived the dead body as that of a Mrityu Sanjeevani and granted life to the dead person. In fact, Baba didn't appear in person to do this incredible miracle, but seated in Dwarakamai, he rescued Dashganu and his troop by giving life to the dead body. Is it possible for anybody to resurrect a dead body unless Baba is the God incarnate on earth? These amazing Leelas are narrated by Virendra, and we don't get to read these miracles through any other source. There are uncountable Leelas, and each Leela leaves us in immeasurable bliss. There is another instance which is also connected with Tarkad's family. As we all are aware, both Sita Devi Tarkad and her son Jyotindra would very often come to Shirdi and stay there. Sita Devi had a desire to fulfill. Lifetime goal of all the Maharashtrians is to visit Pandharpur at least once. They even think that their life is not fruitful unless they make a trip to Pandharpur. Just like how every Hindu wish to visit Kashi before they die, similar will be the desire of Maharashtrians about Pandharpur. Sita Devi Tarkad was certain that Baba is her god. Still, she had a longing to visit Pandharpur. Hence, she approached Baba to seek permission. Baba said, "I am that Vittal. Shirdi is our everything. There is no need." Sita Devi was rather disappointed and told Baba that she has developed very strong desire to visit and perform his puja at least once in her lifetime. Baba, knowing her wish to be genuine, professed thus, "Oh mother, do not worry. You will visit Pandharpur and fulfill your desire." Immediately, both mother and son made all the necessary arrangements and proceeded towards Pandharpur. The crowd was unimaginable, and wherever there is crowd, the middlemen and the priests would like to take advantage of the situation and might try to favor few devotees by taking extra money from them. Now, both mother and son stood in the long queue for hours and reached the sanctum sanctorum of the deity. The standing form of the Lord Pandharinath with his arms akimbo is an enthralling sight for the devotees. The size of the pratima, that is the statue, is small, but grace is boundless. The Lord is in standing posture on the platform, which is just few feet high from the ground level. Sita Devi Tarkat's body is small frame and she is short. When she approached close to the deity, the priest performed the puja. She was holding a garland and wished to adorn the garland on Panduranga's neck with her own hands, whereas the priest was denying her request, but she was pleading vehemently. Finally, the Banda, that is the priest, allowed her to garland the deity, but she couldn't reach to the shoulders of the deity as she was short, so she had to climb on the platform to garland the Lord. But the priest would never agree to that. He was very stern and said, "I shall not let you climb the platform. If you can garland from wherever you are standing, then you may do so. Otherwise, move away from the spot." The priest is speaking to Sita Devi with an attitude that you people are not eligible to climb the platform, as that is meant only for the priest sect. Sita Devi was very depressed. She felt that her desire is unfulfilled and her puja is incomplete unless she garlands the Lord. Jyotindra immediately grasped his mother's disappointment and advised her to pray to Baba and seek his help, as he had granted her permission to visit Pandharpur. Sita Devi prayed to Baba fervently, closing her eyes, and raised both the hands holding the garland. Lo, next moment, the unbelievable did happen. Yes, the Lord Vithoba's pratima slided down from the platform, enabling her to adorn him with the garland. The priest was flabbergasted at this amazing Leela. We don't know if the priest even realized the divinity of the Lord or just considered him as a mere statue. Immediately, Jyotindra indicated his mom to open her eyes, and Sita Devi was astonished and quickly placed the garland around the neck of the Lord, and the priest immediately jumped out of his spot and prostrated at the feet of both Sita Devi and Jyotindra, pleaded pardon, and felt ashamed for his arrogant behavior towards them. As soon as Sita Devi garlanded the Lord, no sooner the Lord got back to his original position on the platform. There are such uncountable, astounding Leelas which has no end to it. Let me continue with another amazing experience. Jyotindra was given another divine exposure by Baba. Baba once told Jyotindra to accompany him to his bathing place and gave a special task. Baba said, "Bau, the task is simple. I will take my bath, and while doing so, you kindly wash my kafni. After washing, you will have to hold it in the sunlight with both your hands raised till it dries up. I take long time to finish my bath, and it would dry up and I could wear it again. But note that it should not touch the ground while it is drying." Jyotindra stood sincerely holding the kafni by raising his hands high. Now listen to the marvelous play of our Sadguru Sai Maharaj. As time passed by, Baba kept increasing the weight of the kafni that it became hard for him to hold. Jyotinda realized that he would fail the test given by Baba and decided to seek the help of Lord Hanuman and prayed thus, Lord Hanuman, if you can grant me sufficient strength, then it would be easy for me to hold the kafni. While he was offering his prayers to Lord Hanuman to give him strength to complete this task successfully, immediately Baba, who was bathing at a distant place, voiced out thus, Hey Bow, why do you call Hanuman for help? If you tell me, I can provide you strength. Jyotindra was stunned at the intuitive knowledge of Baba, and in no time the kafni became lighter, and Jyotindra thanked Baba and realized that nothing is unfamiliar to Baba. It's beyond doubt that the Tarkat family members were immensely blessed by Baba because of their solemn and good deeds of the past, and undoubtedly they were under the umbrella of Sai. By reading these experiences shared by Virendra, one can certainly understand the magnanimous powers of Sai Baba, and the faith and devotion of the reader would grow to a greater extent. Hemant Panji, after narrating few experiences of Tarkat's family, continues to narrate the Leelas related to the wooden plank on which Baba slept. We shall listen to those divine stories in the coming episode. Bow to Sri Sai. Peace be to all. Om Sai Ram.